Hello and welcome. You are watching Champions Speak. I'm Abhishek Mahajan and we have special guests on our panel today. Double Paralympic gold medalist Avni Lekra is with us, whose story is of resilience, determination, grit and unwavering pursuit of excellence. Welcome, Avni. And we also have Suma Shirur, who has been with Avni in the journey throughout. She is herself an Olympian, Avni's personal coach since 2018, Chief Coach of Indian Olympic Shooting Team, 10-meter rifle, founder of Lakshya Shooting Club too. Welcome, Suma. Avni and Suma, congratulations first of all to both of you. Avni, I'll come to you first. Tell us, how big is Paris gold medal for you? Successfully defending the title, becoming the first Indian women shooter to do so.
Hi, thank you for having me. I think it's a really big thing for me to be able to go there and, when another gold medal defended my title. This was really tougher and challenging. But, I've already been there to the shuttle shooting range and won the quota there. So going there, it kind of brought back a lot of memories for me. And last time also I won a gold there. So I kind of had that confidence that, I can go and just give my best.
All right, Avni, I was speaking with Manu Bhakat also, and her journey has been amazing too. Yours is different, but ultimately it's all about who handles the pressure better and well. Tokyo was your first medal in Paralympics, and when you win, expectations are always there, which automatically brings pressure also. Same thing happened with you also, or no? You were relaxed. How is this medal different from Tokyo?
I think Tokyo medal will always be special to me because, it was my first gold medal. It kind of shaped a lot of things for me in life. And, because of that medal, I had so much confidence. But coming here, it also, I also had a little bit of baggage of the achievements and the things that I got from last time, the expectations from the people around me, from myself too. So it was a tougher and more challenging Paralympic Games this time. Also, coming from a surgery and, taking a long 1.5 month break and then starting from literally zero, it kind of made me a little nervous. But because of the team that I had, it was, possible for me to go there and perform and give my best.
All right, Suma, I'll come to you. Good to speak with you again. You tell us, and you can answer this better on the mindset. What has changed in Avni in the last 3-4 years, maybe after Tokyo Olympics or Paralympics?
I think it's been like a roller coaster ride, I can say. Tokyo was a high, and always, reaching the top is always easier than, maintaining yourself there. So, after Tokyo, I think it's been, suddenly you have the stardom there, and what I could see in Avni was a lot of confidence that she got with the Olympic medal. And I think, so this part of the journey, despite this surgery and despite all the roadblocks, I think was a little more achievable. The medal was a little more achievable because of the confidence that she had from her past experiences from Tokyo, and also from the fact that she was in shuttle, she won the Olympic quota over there. So I think this confidence actually helped her, though I would say the circumstances were not really the best. So I think even in the run-up when we were training before the Olympics, I think before the Paralympics, I think technically it was not really as easy for her as it was before because of the changes in the body post surgery. But I think that confidence that no matter what, I can do it. The pressure was much more this time, I think, from my side, because, always when you know that you can do it, you have your own expectations, the expectations of the country. Everywhere it's written, okay, who are the ones who can win a medal again in Paris, and then, Avni's name is there. So these things definitely add a little more to the expectations and the pressure. But the confidence definitely helped sail through this period, and at the end of the day, I think it's her champion's mindset that kind of came into the fore at the right time on the right day,
Yeah.
and she could win it.
Avni, I know it's not easy to answer, but still I'll ask you, which medal is like a bigger achievement? Which is closer to your heart, Tokyo or Paris?
I think both of them are really close. All three of them, actually.
Hmm.
But I mean, Tokyo was my first,
Yeah.
so a little 0.1%.
Okay. You spoke about 0.1%. Suma, remember when we spoke the last time, you also said, I mean, she focuses on small things and she's a perfectionist, like you had said in the last interview also. But she used to focus on small things, little things, irrelevant too. Is it still there or no? Now she thinks like a champion.
Absolutely still there. And it can sometimes be a nightmare for a coach because of all the little details. And but at the same time, I think it's also very enjoyable and for the coach because because of the feedback, the very strong feedback that she can give. And so that, I can couple it with my very sound technical know-how, and it's very enjoyable. It's very fulfilling, I would say. And some days, we are kind of hitting those roadblocks, but on other days, we are able to get through, one small detail, conquering, one small step, one small issue at a time, and slowly, building up, fitting into the larger picture that we desire. So I think it's been a joyride with Avni, and her attention to detail is still intact, and I want it to be that way because that is what it takes. Since she's so demanding from herself, that it makes it also, I would say, a little easier for us because we don't have to push her. She's pushing.
Yeah,
us, and
that's a
she's
natural
pushing
self
herself.
also. Yeah.
Yes. So, that's the way to go forward. And it's the little details that always, will help her stay one step ahead, I think, at all times.
All right, Avni, you met Prime Minister Narendra Modi and gifted him a T-shirt. He had congratulated you also over the phone when you had won the medal. What did he tell you when you met him?
I mean, when we had a talk before going, he motivated all, the whole team, and the interaction that we had that time, it was virtual. So it kind of pushed the team to go there and do better. But the motivation comes, when you go there and you feel, okay, if we win our medal, we will have a chance to talk to our Prime Minister. And that kind of also motivates the athletes to go and give their best. But after coming here and meeting Honorable Prime Minister Saw, it is kind of like a dream. And, taking back individual pictures with him, it is kind of like a dream come true for, all of us athletes. And it also motivates and inspires us to go out and give our 100% in the future also.
Suma, Prime Minister speaking to the athletes, times have changed from Athens 2004. What has changed in the last few years? Government support has increased?
Actually, in the last two cycles, the Prime Minister addressing the athletes before they go, after they come back, it's huge. It's huge motivation. And especially, I can say that this time in Avni's case, before leaving, in the interaction, I remember as I was watching it that he said one thing to Avni, which I kind of kept reminding her because it's such a powerful line. He said, "उम्मीदों को बोझ मत बनाना, उम्मीदों को अपनी शक्ति बनाना." So this was a very powerful line, and this is something that I reminded Avni every time, she had the burden of expectations, the pressure suddenly went up. So this is something like a reminder. And I think it's a huge motivation for all the athletes when they know that irrespective of whether they won or lost, they all get a chance to have to meet the Prime Minister. So I think this really is a huge motivation for the athlete. And especially I would say the one thing that until Tokyo, the public at large really didn't have much awareness about Paralympics. And I think this was extremely important, where not just the Olympic Games, but the Paralympic Games got the kind of recognition in the country, and that was possible only because of the Prime Minister kind of acknowledging and accepting the Paralympic players at par with the Olympic players. And I think this was very, very big change. And you can see also how motivating it is for the athletes by the sheer number of medals that they've been able to win. They've surpassed the count from the Tokyo Paralympic Games. They've gotten better. And the interaction yesterday again with the Prime Minister after the return was extremely good. It was so enjoyable. It was so inspiring. It was wonderful. And I think this is the takeaway that all the athletes have. And that it's whether you win or lose, it's about going out there and giving your best.
Participation.
And yes, this is important, I think, for sport in the country, and it's very encouraging.
Avni, do you also want to talk about the support of the government?
Yeah, government has been super supportive from the starting. They took me in the top scheme, and now they've started Khelo India also for the athletes from the grassroots level. And, especially the most important thing is this time they've sanctioned for me to take my personal coach, Suma ma'am, and my personal physio, Dr. Sumita, with me, which created the, positive environment, and which created the environment that an athlete want to do, and, to have the rights of performance. So I think that helped me in winning the medal too.
But what next, Avni? I mean, you think you have achieved what you wanted to, or you think you're very young? Tell us, what's your ultimate aim?
I mean, for now, I want to take a good rest.
Okay.
And just focus on myself, my body, and start working on my physical strength. Because after the surgery, the physical strength is something which I feel, lagged in the Paralympics too. So I'm just going to work on that, and then let's see what happens next year.
All right. Suma, what is the best thing about Avni Lekra? Having faith in each other has worked in favor of both of you?
When the pressure is high and it's like, I think that's the time when you're the closest. I think after everything is done, I and Avni may not even talk to each other for days on end, but that doesn't take away anything from our relationship. It's very strong. It's the trust, and it's in those crunch situations that you really you need to have someone you trust completely, and I feel that in Avni. And also, nothing works if this trust is not there.
Yeah.
And so in those crunch situations, I think we talk the most in those times. And so it's at that moment of time, and I'm happy that I'm able to give her the strength and the areas to focus in these crunch situations. But all of this doesn't work if you don't have the trust. So I think it's the most important factor in our relationship, and what makes it the bond very deep. And I guess it works. And I just hope that we are able to continue to have this kind of trust going forward and keep winning.
Avni, is Suma a hard taskmaster?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he are pretty cool.
Hope you're not hiding anything, but your smile says a lot.
I don't know anything.
Suma, Avni, a good student. She listens to you, but she'll do whatever she feels is right. What kind of a student is she?
So, yes, she will do whatever she wants to do, and and I have to kind of, I have to push her, and I have to convince her, and so she also knows that I don't settle for anything less, because I remember this one time when she had come to Navi Mumbai to Lakshya Shooting Club for training, and she said, I wanted to show you something, but I had a good result, and I said, okay, show it to me. And then she showed, and it was a very good series, 107.3. But on top, I could see the total of the entire the series from the previous series. That I said, oh, but it's only so much. 417 or something. And then she's doing, that is why I didn't send it to you, because I knew you were going to see that. So it's like, I don't feel very satisfied because I know what she can do and how well she can perform. So anything less than that is never so satisfying. So I think
Avni, what difference has Suma Shirur made in your life? Of course, she must have shared her experiences, but some major changes that she has brought, maybe behavior, technique, mindset, eating habits, or everything.
I think after, I started working with Suma ma'am, there are a lot of good changes that I can see in myself. And, majorly, about not just technically, because technically, we have been working since like 2018, and now we know everything about each other, and the confidence that I get when we work together is, it's to another level. But personally, also in life, I think a good coach helps you a lot in shaping your life in a good and healthy way. And she taught me to be self-confident on however I feel, however I want to, if I want to wear something, if I want to go out somewhere, if I want to speak something, the confidence that she, the kind of confident person she helped me be is like the thing that I'll be forever really grateful.
Okay. Any major change, any one thing that you want to mention that she has changed in you drastically?
I think the way I look at the situation that I am in, because before working with her, I used to only think, see if I'm doing very good in my shooting. She tells me, okay, you have to also think that there will be pressure there, and you have to think about that also. And if I'm doing too bad, and then she'll say, okay, if it's bad today, it's okay. That day it will be good. So it's like, she'll always make me feel grounded and also realistic about my scores, and also that these are the things which are today, and you should always focus on do better tomorrow.
All right, Suma, overall we won 29 medals this time in Paralympics, 19 in Tokyo. We won 4 in Rio, which was the best medal tally in 32 years. 12 medals in 48 years to 29 in Paris itself. What do you think is the biggest reason for India scaling new heights?
So, especially when it comes to Paralympics, I think it's the government taking interest in the Paralympic Games as well, and bringing it and looking at it the same way that they view the Olympic Games. And so the change I see is in the perception of the public at large, where until Tokyo, like I said, people didn't really know much about it. In Tokyo, of course, there was a lot of awareness about it. But I see the change again now in Paris, that the public at large is actually watching the games, and they've all enjoyed it. That's the, very nice change I see. And so with more and more people getting involved, with more and more stakeholders getting involved. See, in previous times, sponsorships are only there for the Olympic athletes. I don't think there was really much, in store for the Paralympic athletes. But what I see now is, more and more sponsorships coming in the way of Paralympics. And I think these athletes are getting the kind of support, funding that was not there before, and this is definitely going to help them improve their game and and make them better in their journey. So I see this awareness, sponsorships and more interventions from all the stakeholders that is shaping the way that this whole movement is going forward. And I think over the years we'll have more and more athletes having access to ranges that are accessible. And but yes, we still have a long way to go, and I think a lot can still be done in terms of inclusivity. And I think in our country, as it is, you hardly have any public spaces that are para-friendly. We don't have those kind of buses or trains or, so we still have a very long way to go. And I think if we have more and more of these things, more and more public spaces, accessible toilets, these are all basic things. But it's still not the norm in our country. It's still an exception. How many ranges in the country are wheelchair accessible? And so how many people actually have access to these kind of to shooting ranges? I remember when I used to go to Germany, and it was a very small range and just 10 lanes. But even in a range that was 10 lanes, there was one wheelchair accessible toilet. There was a ramp, which was wheelchair accessible. So without this, they do not get those licenses also. They don't get permission also. So
a lot, that is being done. A lot has to be done. But
Exactly,
Suma, I mean, I talk about Olympics also. It took 20 years for another Indian woman to enter the final of the shooting event at the Olympics. And happy with how shooters performed in the Olympics. Yes, they could have won more for sure.
So I think as far as shooting is concerned, we are all very happy because after Tokyo, we won 3 medals at the Paris Olympics. And a lot was done and in terms of, preparing the athletes. So I think at the end of the day, no matter how much equipment you give any athlete, the best technique you give them, no matter what you give them, the basic thing is that it is the one thing that the athlete has to bring to the table. It is courage.
Yeah.
And I think without that, there's really, it's a hard job winning a medal at that competition where it's the highest stake and you're going to feel the highest pressure. So I'm happy that ultimately in Paris our women athletes could find that courage.
Avni, Manu Bhaker heaped high praise on you. You managed to speak to her?
I'm not yet.
And you heard, you heard what she said about you?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of heard that.
Okay. Avni, a lot changed after Tokyo, like you also mentioned. You tell us, how has life changed after Paris Glory?
I don't know. I mean, it's been what 10, 12 days that about this kind of.
Are you happy with the felicitations and people have started recognizing you more?
Definitely, I'm always happy. Any kind of support, any well-wish that I get, I'm just so happy and so grateful. Especially the wishes coming from all over the country, and this medal is for India. So I think I'm just super happy.
Avni, I'll not talk about your injury and then Abhinav Bindra inspired you to take up shooting, but I'll talk about how big an inspiration you are for the athletes, for the youngsters. Your story is one of grit and gumption and about not giving up. But what message do you want to give to the people, to the young people, to the youngsters who dare to dream, but they give up in the process?
No failure is permanent, and see whatever you are feeling right now, there will be one time when you will be better and you will be in a better situation and will have better opportunities to give your 100%. So just wait for that and just keep working towards your goals and you will definitely succeed one day.
Suma, your advice to the youngsters, why sports is important in life?
I think I would like to tell the young that what you learn in sport, what you learn through sport, are lessons for life that no book can ever teach you, or no app can ever teach you. That's so. It's very important that each one of us has sport as part of our life in any which way. It could be a small run, it could be a walk, it could be an exercise, or it could be a sport. The important thing is to enjoy the game and spend those few minutes every day for yourself, and you will see that it just makes you it just gives you a different perspective in life. And for the ones who are in sport, you will be able to deal with anything and everything comes your way gracefully and with your head held high.
All right, dream big, dare to dream, and sports, like Suma said, teaches you a lot. Thank you both of you for speaking with DD India. Avni, wish you more laurels in future, and Suma, please continue to be with the Indian team, and Avni also. Thank you so much for speaking with DD India.
Thank you so much.